Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day before starting the video. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Superstar Rhea Ripley competed in a fatal four-way against Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Kairi Sane on this week's episode of Raw. While a victory would have allowed Mommy to advance in the Queen of the Ring tournament, the Prodigy picked up the win by pinning Sane. Here are 3 reasons why the Eradicator was eliminated from QOTR in the very first round. This year's Crown Jewel Premium Live event will be held in Perth, Australia in October 2025. Because this would be the home turf of Rhea Ripley, it is needless to say that WWE plans to give her a big moment at the event. Owing to this, Mommy may not have been given a victory in the Queen of the Ring tournament, which will be held on June 28, 2025 in Saudi Arabia. The Eradicator had previously received a gigantic pop back at the 2024 Elimination Chamber when she defended the Women's World Championship against Nia Jax in Perth. Thus, the Stamford-based promotion may try to use the same formula again and give Mommy a world title win in Australia. Rhea Ripley has been walking the grey line between a heel and a babyface for several months now. Io Sky dethroned the Eradicator in a March 2025 episode of Raw. During the match, Mommy took offense to Bianca Belair cheering for the damaged Sitar All-Star and got distracted because of it, which led to her defeat. Instead of accepting her mistake, however, the Aussie pinned the blame for dropping the title onto the EST of WWE, despite never having beaten Sky in her career. She also forcibly clawed her way to WrestleMania 41, turning Belair's one-on-one match against Sky into a triple threat. While there was a moment of reconciliation between Rhea Ripley and the Japanese star, Mommy has new reasons to turn heel. Now, just a couple of days after losing the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, she has now been eliminated from the Queen of the Ring tournament. It remains to be seen how long the Aussie will stay a babyface. Being a top star in WWE, Mommy doesn't need to win the Money in the Bank contract or the Queen of the Ring tournament to earn a title shot. Given her journey with Io Sky so far, she can easily resume her feud with the Women's World Champion. In the wake of this, the Stamford-based promotion may be pushing other stars in QOTR. The company has a wealth of exceptional and fresh talent in the women's division right now, and it is also giving these newcomers a significant boost. This was evident in the women's MITB ladder match, where main roster newcomers Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer, and Julia filled half of the spots in the bout. Staying congruent to this approach, the Stamford-based promotion gave the Prodigy a win over established stars like Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. It would be interesting to see what lies ahead for Mommy. In a shocking turn of events that has left fans stunned and speculating wildly across the WWE universe, former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley has officially been pulled from the WWE Queen of the Ring tournament. What was expected to be one of the most dominant campaigns of the year has suddenly collapsed before it could even begin, with WWE's medical team, backstage sources, and even Rhea herself issuing cryptic updates over the past few weeks. Although, the company has not released a full statement beyond their brief announcement citing medical disqualification. Several compelling and dramatic reasons are believed to have played a part in this decision. The absence of the Eradicator from the bracket has completely shaken up the balance of power within the women's division, and the Queen of the Ring tournament just lost its most dangerous player. But why is Rhea Ripley, arguably at the peak of her career, out of action during one of the most critical tournaments of the year? We dive into 3 core reasons that are believed to have led to Rhea Ripley's shocking removal from the Queen of the Ring tournament, and what it could mean for the future of both her and the Judgment Day. The lingering effects of the Liv Morgan assault. The seeds of this shocking twist were planted weeks ago on Raw when Liv Morgan brutally assaulted Rhea Ripley in a backstage area, sending her shoulder first into a metal equipment case. The thud was sickening. What began as a heated rivalry exploded into a physical encounter that left Ripley lying in agony. Initially, WWE downplayed the severity of the injury. Fans were told Ripley would miss a few weeks as a precaution. But behind the scenes, sources now say the damage was much worse than initially feared. According to internal reports and new whispers from within the medical team, Rhea suffered a partial AC joint separation in her shoulder. A serious injury that affects mobility, strength, and in-ring performance. Despite her desire to push through the pain, she was reportedly forced to pull out after re-aggravating the injury during a routine training session at the WWE Performance Center. Those close to her say Ripley was devastated by the decision, but was also warned that continuing to compete could lead to a complete tear, which would require surgery and potentially months on the sidelines. In short, competing in the Queen of the Ring tournament might have risked her entire summer, if not the rest of the year. What makes this more painful is that Rhea Ripley didn't just want to be in this tournament, she was planning to dominate it. After all, her moniker as Mommy and the Eradicator was built on crushing opponents on the grandest stages, and the Queen of the Ring would have solidified her reign as the top alpha in the division. But Liv Morgan's ambush changed everything. The injury Liv inflicted has not only knocked Rhea out of the tournament, it may have sparked the most personal feud of her career. And when Ripley returns, it may not be about gold. It may be about vengeance. Strategic creative reset within Judgment Day. The injury, while unfortunate, may have coincided with a larger backstage plan, one that WWE Creative has been quietly orchestrating for months. Rhea Ripley's absence is now reportedly being used as the trigger for a soft reboot of Judgment Day, especially after increasing tension and factional breakdowns following WrestleMania. For over a year, Ripley has been the undeniable enforcer and crown jewel of Judgment Day. But while her rise has been unstoppable, the group's chemistry has been anything but. Damian Priest, now Mr. Money in the Bank, has been slowly growing more independent. Finn Balor seems more preoccupied with reclaiming singles glory, while Dominic Mysterio has struggled under Ripley's shadow, unable to win key matches, and often mocked for relying on her interference. According to backstage insiders, WWE has long debated giving Judgment Day more breathing room as individuals. Ripley's dominance, while impressive, has reportedly limited creative flexibility for the rest of the group, according to one anonymous source. Her removal from the Queen of the Ring tournament and temporary departure from TV altogether opens the door for major character shifts. Could Damian Priest finally cash in? Will Dominic stand on his own? Could Finn Balor form new alliances? Without Ripley as the gravitational center, everything becomes unpredictable. More intriguingly, WWE Creative has been toying with the idea of presenting Ripley as a lone wolf upon her return, a version of her character that is even darker, colder, and perhaps more vicious than ever before. Think the Eradicator without Judgment Day's leash. If that's the direction WWE is heading, then this tournament exit may not be a setback. It may be a launchpad for something far bigger. The personal toll, burnout, and a brutal schedule. Catching up, the WWE Universe often sees only the lights, the glory, and the titles. What they don't see is the relentless grind behind the curtain. Rhea Ripley has been running at full speed for nearly 2 years straight. Between title defenses, global tours, Judgment Day promos, media responsibilities, and frequent high-stakes matches, she has barely had time to breathe, let alone recover. Close. Friends of Ripley have quietly acknowledged what many fans have speculated. She's been burnt out. Not just physically, but emotionally. The grueling pace of WWE's top tier takes its toll on even the most elite athletes. And while Ripley never complained publicly, those who know her say the recent months have taken more out of her than anyone realized. Her match at WrestleMania was heralded as a modern classic, and her run as Women's World Champion helped define a new era of dominance. But every great champion eventually hits a point where the body and the mind need rest. WWE may have viewed this as the perfect time to let one of their top stars recharge without losing her mystique. By pulling her from the Queen of the Ring tournament, they avoid unnecessary risk, create a hunger in the fan base, and give Ripley time to recover in secret. Even her cryptic social media posts over the past few weeks suggest a mixture of frustration and self-reflection. One recent tweet simply read, "Sometimes you've got to break down to rise again stronger." It wasn't a confirmation of injury. It wasn't even wrestling specific. But fans knew exactly what she meant. The silence from WWE, while frustrating, is part of the plan. Ripley's exit isn't just about an injury. It's about control. It's about strategy. It's about letting the chaos simmer just long enough until the world forgets how dangerous she is, so that when she returns, it's not to compete. It's to conquer. What happens next? The road ahead for Rhea Ripley, WWE, may have just removed one of its most dominant warriors from the Queen of the Ring tournament, but don't mistake this for weakness. Rhea Ripley is not fading away. She is recalibrating. And when she comes back, she's not just aiming to reclaim her throne. She might be looking to destroy the entire kingdom. The Queen of the Ring tournament now has a massive power vacuum, and the women's division is wide open. Liv Morgan is gaining momentum as both a threat and a heel, and new stars like Lyra Valkyria, Zoe Stark, and Tiffany Stratton are suddenly seeing opportunity. But all of them know one thing. Rhea Ripley's absence is temporary, and her wrath will not be. Whether her return leads to a Judgment Day betrayal, a title match at SummerSlam, or even a clash with Liv Morgan inside a steel cage, one thing is certain. The WWE Universe hasn't seen the last of the Eradicator. They've just seen the calm before the storm. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.